Joining us now is CBS News election law contributor David Becker. David, what's the significance of this latest development?
Well, this is a bombshell. There have been many cases brought all over the country, Bob, trying to disqualify Donald Trump from the primary ballot in the Republican primaries in those states, and none has been successful up until this point in time. And in fact, the lower court in Colorado had found that while he did engage in insurrection, that the presidency was not an office of the United States under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. A 4-3 decision here in the Colorado Supreme Court found that it was an office that was contemplated by the 14th Amendment, the presidency was, that the former president did engage in insurrection and that his speech was not protected by the First Amendment, and that therefore under Colorado state law, since he was not a qualified candidate, he needed to be removed from the primary ballot for the upcoming Colorado Republican primary. It should also be noted they stayed that decision until January 4th, noting the import of this decision so that the former president could appeal to the United States Supreme Court, who might choose to take it. I think it's very likely they will, and perhaps stay that decision while they consider the impact of it.
There's likely to be an appeal. Will he be on the ballot in Colorado? What does this mean for Trump?
Well, right now, he's not on the ballot in Colorado. There's still time for that to be changed, and he will likely appeal this to the United States Supreme Court. I think it's likely the United States Supreme Court, although they have discretion on whether to accept this appeal, will take this case. And whether you agree with this decision or you don't agree with this decision, there's one good thing that comes out of it. It wasn't clear that the United States Supreme Court was going to rule on this issue of whether or not Donald Trump was disqualified from being president due to having engaged in an insurrection. And now I think it's much more likely that the United States Supreme Court will rule on this sooner rather than later.